Welcome to the Pontiac Silverdome, where the Class C State High School Football Championship will be contested between the Crusaders of Muskegon Catholic Central and the Pirates of Harbor Beach. Along with former Brother Rice and Michigan State star Dave Urema, I'm Gary Ratsky. Very glad you could join us for this Class C championship game between the undefeated defending champion Crusaders and a Cinderella team in Harbor Beach, coming in with a 10-2 mark. Their two losses coming to teams that are in the upper brackets of Class B school and a Class C school. Harbor Beach has played very well. Muskegon Catholic Central, the defending champions, playing with the confidence of champions over there.
Well, you know, Harbor Beach comes in with 2 losses, but I don't think that they feel that they're any less of a team than Muskegon Catholic. It's going to be a great ball game here. You can feel a lot of energy in the air. It seems that both teams have a lot of fans here this afternoon.
Both teams like to run. On the season, the Crusaders of Muskegon Catholic average 271 yards per game rushing. Harbor Beach averages 258 yards per game on the ground. Certainly, whoever can control the ball and control the line of scrimmage will have a big say-so in winning this game.
It looks like we're going to be seeing 2 power offenses today. Harbor Beach runs a power offense as well as Muskegon Catholic. Muskegon Catholic has 13 different ball carriers this year, 13 different guys that can carry the ball, so they can do a lot of things. They'll come at you in a lot of different ways.
Mike Holmes, coach of the Muskegon Catholic Crusaders, in his 4th year, he's won 35 of 46 games in guiding the green and gold. And, of course, last year, the Crusaders won the Class C championship 21-6 over Galesburg Augusta. They were a semifinalist in '89 and have made 4 other appearances, either in the finals or as state champion. The Crusaders have 2 Class B titles under their belt. Meanwhile, Harbor Beach does not have that long of a playoff history. They were a regional finalist in 1980 and 1989 before their run to the Silverdome here in 1991. The cheers from the Muskegon Catholic fans as the Crusaders are on the field. The Pirates have been on the field for a little bit. Key factors to the game. We talked about the power game and who's going to be able to control it. I would also think that the line of scrimmage would be very important as well, because in many games such as this, a title game, whoever controls the line of scrimmage will control the game.
Oh, the line of scrimmage is very important. Teams such as these, the team can get the ball and hold on to it for a whole quarter. So turnovers would be very important. You can't have any turnovers in key situations.
As you see some of the Crusaders and heading on their sideline and getting themselves final preparations, Dave, you've been there. You guided Brother Rice in the Class A championship in 1980. You played in the Silverdome as a collegiate at Michigan State. What goes through a player's mind in the final moments before the opening kick?
Well, there's a lot of things going through their mind right now. They look up into the stands, they see their family, they see their friends, everybody from the neighborhood came to the game, everybody's out here today. What they need to do is once the game starts, or actually now what they need to do is start thinking of X's and O's. After that first hit, it'll happen. Right now, there's still a lot of things going through their head. But they need to think of the X's and O's and the things that they have to do, each individual job that has to be done.
Let's take a quick look at the starting lineups. We will give you the Harbor Beach offense first with Brad Semp, the quarterback. He has only thrown 54 passes this year for 504 yards. He had a TD run in a 32-0 semifinal win over Gobles in the Class C semifinals. Rob Winkle and Ed Klump are his running backs. Keith Messing is the 3rd back in a wing T offense, Dave.
Yeah, it looks like they get it all together in there and they kind of spread it out when the ball snaps.
The wideout is Brian Seaman. Todd Shelke is the tight end. The front wall, Joe Nickren is the center. The guards are Ryan Lukowski and Tom Schwartz. The tackles are Adam Werner and Jason Pfaff. Defensively for Muskegon Catholic Central, their nose guard is Robert Dozier. Pat Jackson and Mark Bolash are the tackles. The ends are Keith Bavaric and Scott Pedrosi. The linebackers are Brian Fidoa and Tom Perro. The defensive backs are Jeremy Bowie, Damon Armstrong, Paul Sambita, and Mark Lewis. When the Crusaders have the ball, Paul Sambita is going to be a very important factor. Coach Holmes feels that his development has been a key factor in their undefeated season so far.
Well, he's a very good athlete. They run a little wishbone there, and usually the best athlete plays quarterback when you run that type of offense.
The captains are going out on the field for Harbor Beach in their white. Keith Messing, Jason Pfaff, and Brad Semp. Paul Zambita, Brian Fidoa, Pat Jackson, Mark Bolash will represent Muskegon Catholic Central. Your referee for this game is Donald Gibbs of Greenville. John Bly of Charlotte is the umpire. Todd Gulick of Lansing is the linesman. The line judge is Ronald Schultes of Charlotte, and the back judge is Richard Serrato of Mason. So, Muskegon Catholic Central will get the kickoff to start the first half, and as they go through final preparations, we'll tell you that Paul Zambita is, of course, the quarterback. He has thrown only 57 times this year for 324 yards. His percentage only 38.6, obviously a running quarterback.
Obviously a running quarterback. Well, you know, before a game like this, these guys take their uniforms, their helmets home and their shoes, and they polish them, and they get them all ready. This is the big game. They want to look good. Now it's time to get them dirty.
Jason Eichhorst and Brian Fedor will be the running backs. Tommy Scott is the flanker who will run as well as catch balls. Mark Bolash is the tight end, along with Joe Coyne in a 2 tight end offense. Keith Bavark is the center. Bobby Tilden, Robert Dozier are the guards. Brian DeLong and Pat Jackson will be the tackles. For Harbor Beach, their front 5 defensively with Brian Seaman, Rick Emmerich, Todd Buchholz, Jason Pfaff, and Ryan Lakowski. Linebackers are Todd Shelke, Chris Detkin, and Ryan Harwood. The defensive backs, Keith Messing, Dave Rubel, and Rob Winkle. Handling the kickoff chores for Harbor Beach is Rich Werney, a 6'1", 165-pound senior. Dropping back to receive the kickoff, Paul Zambita, who is averaging 28.2 per kickoff return, as long as it's been for 61 yards. He's in the middle, and he'll be flanked by Tommy Scott and by Damon Armstrong.
You know he's a good athlete when you see the quarterback back there taking an opening kickoff.
He is standing. Zambita is on his own 11-yard line. Here comes the kick from Werney, and it's high, and this game is underway. It's taken by one of the upbacks. That's Mark Lewis. Lewis trying to find an opening. He doesn't get to the 30-yard line. Making the hit for Harbor Beach is Todd Shelke, and 1st and 10 for the Crusaders of Muskegon Catholic, just outside their own 28-yard line. Front wall for Muskegon Catholic Central from tackle to tackle averages 6 feet, 209 pounds per man. From end to end defensively, the Harbor Beach defensive wall averages 6'2", 202 a man. 2 tight end offense for Muskegon Catholic with a full house backfield on 1st and 10 from the 28. Handoff, Tommy Scott. And Tommy Scott off of left end gets about 5 yards to about the 33, maybe the 34-yard line.
Well, you can see both teams are fired up. There's a little pushing and shoving going in there after the play.
But again, it's a case of get that first hit out of the way, and then
now you got to start thinking about what you have to do.
Mike Holmes and his staff trying to figure out a way to move the ball offensively with their strong running game. Again, 2 tight ends for the Crusaders on 2nd down and 5 from the 33-yard line. Handoff goes to Jason Eichhorst. Eichhorst pulls his way off of right guard for a first down. Past the 35, and we'll get to the 40-yard line.
Harbor Beach is doing a lot of shifting up front. Here's Jason Eichhorst with a good run. He dives, gets the first down.
Jesse Wolschlager with the hit for Harbor Beach. From the thumb, and the Crusaders of Muskegon Catholic, of course, from the shores of Lake Michigan, in this Class C championship game, just underway. 1st and 10 from the 40. This is Eichhorst. Eichhorst past the 45 to the 47-yard line. We are seeing a good surge, Dave, by the offensive line of the Crusaders early on.
Just a power offense. Good power offense. Here's the handoff. Eichhorst picks his hole well. He gets a good block there. Nice run. He's a big, strong kid.
On that replay, you noticed at least when the ball carrier received the ball, all the defensive players were at least 1 yard away from the line of scrimmage. By the time he got to the line of scrimmage, they were 2 and 3 yards back.
They took over the line of scrimmage there.
On 2nd down and 3 from the 47-yard line after the 7-yard gain. Handoff, Eichhorst, first down into Harbor Beach territory at the 48-yard line. It's a gain of 5 and 1st and 10.
Straight ahead power offense.
Bottom of the pile, Todd Buchholz. making the stop.
Harbor Beach is really packing their defense in there, along with Muskegon Catholic. I think a play action might be in order pretty soon here.
Might be in order, but it's the old case, Dave, of
why do it if you don't have to?
Why quit doing something that you're doing so successful right now? First and 10, 48-yard line of Harbor Beach. Muskegon Catholic with the ball. Tommy Scott up the middle. It's maybe 3 yards to the 45. With the hand yanking him back is Ryan Harwood, a 6'2", 205-pound junior for the Pirates. Second down and 7 from the 45. One thing Muskegon Catholic did in preparing for this game physically was work out the team in where their swimming pool is. Not in the pool, but around the pool to get used to the indoor humid conditions at the Silverdome under normal situations. It's Sembita holds on to the ball, but he's not going to, he just gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Ed Klump.
Ed Klump indeed just stopped him cold.
Sembita trying to get outside. Ed Klump has good pursuit. He's got the angle on him, and he brings him down.
So, first third down attempt for Muskegon Catholic this game. They are 60% on third down conversions for the season. 3rd and 7 from the 45. Sembita pitches. The fumble as Eichhorst couldn't handle it. It's loose. Let's see who has the ball at the 39-yard line.
It appears that he got it back.
They just seem to flat out. Harbor Beach says they have the football.
I don't think so.
No. It'll be 4th down.
Eichhorst kind of fell on his back, and it looked like the ball landed right in his hands. There he is, Sembita with the pitch to Eichhorst. Oh, he just kind of lost it. Now he's going to slip on his back, and he came up with the football. Ooh, that could have been a big play.
4th down. Chris Seastrom is normally the punter. He was not on the field. It'll be 4th down and 1 from the 39-yard line. The Crusaders of Muskegon Catholic Central will go for the 2 tight end offense. Sembita, old quarterback here, is going to tell you about trying to draw the team off time.
I like that play. You got to use your voice, and he did a good job there. He didn't really flinch, but he gave a little head movement, and he got him to jump.
Well, sometimes head movements can be caught in illegal procedure.
It is a legal procedure. He got away with it just a little bit, but he used his voice well, it looked like.
So the first down by penalty moves the ball to the 34-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Crusaders on the Harbor Beach 34. 7.5 minutes to go, first quarter. First drive of the game for Muskegon Catholic. Handoff goes to Brian Fedowa. Fedowa breaks through 2 tackles, gets past the 25-yard line to the 24. Making the hit for Harbor Beach is Jason Pfaff.
Well, we saw a different formation there. Muskegon Catholic lined up in a twin left and ran a power right to Fedowa. It's effective for him.
Pfaff on the backside having to make the stop. A 6'5", 215-pound senior. Brian Fedowa, 5'10", 185-pound senior. 10 carries, 97 yards in the semifinal win over Traverse City St. Francis. It's 1st and 10. Muskegon Catholic on the Harbor Beach 24-yard line. We're almost 7 minutes to go in this first quarter. Interception by Rob Winkle. Winkle gets outside. He's down at the 28-yard line. They tried the first pass of the game. Badly overthrown. Tommy Scott was Paul Sembita, and an easy interception for Rob Winkle.
It's a little timing pass. It looks like he's trying to lay it out there. Just overthrows him a little bit, and Rob Winkle comes up with it. A good return after he catches the ball.
The 10th interception of the season for the Harbor Beach defense. And they stop the first drive of the game by Muskegon Catholic. So Brad Semp will take over the offense on the 28-yard line.
Rob Winkle turns into a halfback there, which he plays on offense.
Up the middle, a lot of fake handoffs here and there.
Ed Klump running it up the middle from Brad Semp.
And Klump gets it back to the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down and 10 from the 28-yard line. the importance of stopping the first drive for Harbor Beach.
Yeah, that's important. I'll tell you, the first couple drives are important. Kind of set the tempo.
We're almost midway through this first quarter. First drive for Harbor Beach. Semp, play action, under some heat, lofts it up, knocked down. He tried to go for Rob Winkle, and he got a hand, Winkle did, but really couldn't do much more.
Well, here's Semp with the play action. A lot of pressure. He lays it up. It's actually a good pass. And that's Rob Winkle trying to catch it. Zambita was in there putting a hit, too. Good defense.
So it'll be 3rd down and 10 at the 28-yard line of Harbor Beach. The Pirates with the ball in the scoreless tie. This is the Class C championship game at the Pontiac Silverdome. The wing tee. Handoff goes to Winkle. Winkle gets to the 30 and then is met head-on by Damon Armstrong, a 5'7", 165-pound senior. And Armstrong stops Winkle.
Well, it's good defense. Winkle's trying to get 10 yards here, and it's a tough play to get 10 yards, but he goes for it. He gets about 4. He's going to be short. They're going to have to punt the ball.
Textbook tackle by Armstrong. And so on 4th down, Rich Werney, averaging 32.5 a punt, his longest of the season, 52 yards. He's back in punt formation. And almost gets it blocked, but he gets the punt away and goes out of bounds. Putting the pressure for Muskegon Catholic is Tom Perro. The ball is out of bounds at the 35-yard line of the Crusaders. 1st and 10, that's where Muskegon Catholic will set up shop. With that man, Paul Zambita, at the helm of the Crusader offense. 5:28 to go, first quarter. We are still scoreless in this Class C championship game. Again, 2 tight ends and a full house backfield for Muskegon Catholic. Handoff goes to Jason Eichhorst. Eichhorst off of right end, pulls his way for 5. 2nd down and 5 at the 40.
Zambita handing off to Eichhorst. Just power football, good blocking. He gets upfield and gets what he can. It's really a good play. I mean, they're getting 5 yards a crack.
Rob Winkle and Keith Messing with the hit, but a good block there by Tommy Scott that enabled Eichhorst to get the 5 yards. As you look from behind, Todd Eichhorst, Jason Eichhorst, I should say. 2nd and 5 from the 40. Eichhorst again, 1st down, past the 40 to the 45-yard line to the 47-yard line. A gain of 7 and a 1st down.
Muskegon Catholic is really dominating the line of scrimmage right now. I mean, the people are flying backwards, and Eichhorst is taking people with him.
Ryan Seaman with the hit for the Pirates, 6'2", 185-pound senior. Both teams with 6 two-way starters. 6 seniors, 3 juniors, and 2 sophomores start for Muskegon Catholic. 6 seniors, 4 juniors, and 1 sophomore start on the defense for the Pirates. On 1st and 10 from the 47-yard line of Muskegon Catholic. Crusaders with the ball in a scoreless tie. Zambita keeps it. Gets it into Harbor Beach territory at the 48-yard line. It's a gain of 5. And when you gain 5 yards a pop, you're bound to be pretty successful.
Yeah, especially on a quarterback sneak. It's a good 1st down play sometimes. You catch the defense off guard, and the quarterback can kind of pick a hole and go with it. And follow your center. You get a good center, and you can follow him right up the middle.
2nd down and 5 at the 48-yard line of Harbor Beach. You're looking from behind the Muskegon Catholic offense. Brian Fedua off of left tackle. Gets to the 45, a gain of 3. It'll be 3rd down.
Brian Fedua has good hard running here. Good blocking up front by Jason Eichhorst. He gets what he can. He's just a little short of the 1st down. It'll be about 3rd and 2.
Rick Emmerich, the 6'2", 215-pound junior for Harbor Beach, made the initial hit, and then his teammates came up and secured the tackle after a 3-yard gain. 3:12 to go, first quarter. Scoreless tie in this Class C championship game. Muskegon Catholic on 3rd and a long one. Up the middle, Zambita taking no chances. He'll get 4, maybe 5 yards, and that's a 1st down.
Boy, they're really firing off the ball.
Sembita averages 4.3 yards per carry, 461 yards, 11 touchdowns on the season on the ground for the 5'9" senior quarterback. 1st and 10. Ball at the 41-yard line off Arbor Beach. Tommy Scott bounces off of tacklers, gets it outside, and is run out of bounds. And he'll get a nice, healthy gain past the 35 to the 32.
Tommy Scott does a nice job here. He tries to go inside. He sees nothing there. He bounces it outside. And watch how he kind of puts a shoulder in here, tries to get an extra yard. He doesn't just run out of bounds. He tries to get that extra yard. Nice job.
Keith Messing, the 5'10", 160-pound senior, makes the hit, knocking that man, Tommy Scott, out of bounds. Tommy, a 5'9", 160-pound junior. 2nd down and 2, about 1 yard or so to go. Gain of 9 on the play. Ball on the 32. Fumble on the handoff. It was loose, but it was recovered by Sembita, as he and Eichhorst just never got connections on the handoff. I think Eichhorst was supposed to keep the ball. Loss of 3 to the 35. 3rd down and about 4.
Well, it's hard to tell what happens here. When you go back to the bench, you never blame anybody else, that's for sure. Best thing you can do is say it was my fault, Coach.
Or tell your teammate, hey, I screwed up.
And if you both say it, nobody gets in trouble.
The films never lie. And under 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. 3rd down and 4. Sembita, straight bootleg right. He'll get the first down out of bounds inside the 30. Will probably spot it inside the 25.
Great block by Brian Fedewa. Watch his block up front. 44. Right there, great block. Clears away for the first down.
That cleared out Todd Shelke.
Get a little aggressive at the end of the play.
Well, that moves the ball to the 23. It's a gain of a dozen. And it's 1st and 10 at the 23. Minute 49 to go in the first quarter. This is Fedewa as they were formation left and they ran left, and he gets it to the 20, gain of 3.
You have to be very disciplined to run an offense like this. It takes a long time to score, and you have to be very consistent.
Rick Emmerich with the hit for the Pirates in what has been so far a scoreless game here in the first quarter. Sembita, we talked about him being the quarterback, a good hitter on defense. He's also the punter and a backup place kicker. And this time he hands off to Brian Fedewa. Fedewa gets to the 15-yard line.
Nice tackle by Rob Winkle.
Winkle stops the forward progress after a gain of 5.
Fedewa is going to take the ball here on just a power play. Way to put your head down and get what you can. Nice tackle by Rob Winkle on open field.
So it'll be 3rd down and 2 from the 15-yard line. As you mentioned earlier, Muskegon Catholic Central, 60% on the season on 3rd down conversions. Eichhorst, 1st down inside the 10. It'll be 1st and goal at the 9. Mike Hessling with the hit for the Pirates.
They're dominating the line of scrimmage. Just a power offense. Take it straight at him. Nice run by Eichhorst. These guys really run hard.
Eichhorst will take a rest here. And Scott Pedrosi will join Tommy Scott and Brian Fedewa in the backfield behind Paul Sembita. Scott hit behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard. Making the hit for Harbor Beach, linebacker Chris Detkin.
Chris Detkin does a nice job here. Getting ready to bounce it outside, but he didn't let that happen.
Detkin's a 6'2", 190-pound junior. And that will be the final play of the first quarter. Our score at the end of one quarter is Muskegon Catholic Central nothing and Harbor Beach nothing. And Muskegon Catholic will have the ball at the Harbor Beach 10-second goal when they start the second quarter. first 12 minutes, as advertised, maybe, we'll see power football, especially from Muskegon Catholic.
Oh yeah, I'll tell you, they're dominating the line of scrimmage, and Eichhorst and Vito are really doing a great job running the football. Scott's mixing in there with them, and Zambita's doing a great job running the team.
Rob Winkle's interception at the 5-yard line of Harbor Beach stopped the first Muskegon Catholic drive. And the second drive has it 2nd and goal from just outside the 10.
Harbor Beach hasn't had much of a chance to show what they can do yet. They haven't had the football.
3 plays and out.
3 plays and out.
So it'll be 2nd and goal from the 10-yard line as we begin play in the second quarter. The team that these girls like, the Crusaders of Muskegon Catholic, have the football. That man right there, Paul Zambita, running the offense for the Crusaders on 2nd and goal. Now they have a pro set type offense with a slot back. Zambita bootlegs left. Bounces inside. He'll get into the end zone. Touchdown. A 10-yard run by Paul Zambita. His 12th rushing touchdown of the year. And it's 6-0 for Muskegon Catholic.
It makes it tough on a defense when you have a quarterback that can run the ball. He's coming out from center knowing he's going to run it. He's got great blocking up front. He becomes a tailback now.
And he was basically untouched on the way into the end zone. Zambita will now take the extra point chores and try it.
Zambita wears a lot of hats on this team. A lot of shoes, too. He looks like he changed his shoe. Did he change his shoe?
Yes, he did. And Zambita is 16 for 20 on the season in extra point attempts. Snaps down, kick is up, and it is good. We have played 5 seconds here in the second quarter, and on a 10-yard run by that man, Paul Zambita, Muskegon Catholic enjoys a 7-0 lead over Harbor Beach. A rewarding way for the Crusaders to climax their second drive. So far, it's a case of Harbor Beach trying to stop us, and the Pirates have not found an answer to stopping this running offense.
Well, I must say, Muskegon Catholic isn't going to throw the football very much today if they keep running the ball like that. Here's another look at the touchdown. This is great blocking up front. They dominated the line of scrimmage. Eichhorst plays a good block there. Nice running. I mean, he turns into a tailback here. He's got the tailback number 2. He thinks he's a tailback right now.
Dave Rubel was on the receiving end of the block by Eichhorst and sprang Zambita for the touchdown.
You better not run too good or your coach will make you a tailback. I don't think so. Not in this offense. He's right where he should be.
So it was a 65-yard drive that took almost 5.5 minutes to play. Here's the kickoff by Seastrom. It goes short. One of the upbacks for
Ryan Harwood.
Ryan Harwood once again. He'll run it back to the 37-yard line. So the Pirates will have their second possession with Brad Semp at quarterback.
Well, let's see if Harbor Beach can put a successful drive together here. They need to gain a little momentum. Muskegon Catholic's got a lot of momentum going for them right now.
And a wing T offense. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Handoff goes to Klump. And Klump tries to go off left tackle for minimal yardage, maybe a yard at most. Second down and 9 at the 38. Can't get away from your game plan even though it is the second quarter and you're down by 7.
Wow, it's too early for that. They have to stick to what they've planned, and they really haven't had a chance to show what they can do yet. They can move the football.
Full house backfield now for Harbor Beach. Pitch back goes to Messing. Messing tries to go around right end. He is stopped for a loss. Maybe a 2-yard loss.
Looked like Jason Eichhorst.
Jason Eichhorst was the man who diagnosed the play properly, along with Zambita. Let's take a look.
Well, he's going to pitch the ball to Keith Messing. And Eichhorst, great pursuit. There's nowhere to go there.
Zambita followed up. but it was Eichhorst indeed who made the initial hit and slowed up the runner. 3rd down and 10, a loss of a yard back to the 37-yard line. Over center, Joe Nickren. And back to throw goes Brad Semp. Semp lofts it up for grabs, incomplete. He was trying to go for Rob Winkle, and Damon Armstrong had a chance to get an interception. Winkle, I think, made the defensive play to knock it out of Armstrong's hands.
He certainly did. Little play action here. Damon Armstrong does a good job. He's laying out there for Rob Winkle, and you're right. Now he becomes a defender. He doesn't want to get the ball to get picked off, so he tries to knock it down.
Rich Werny will be in for his second punt. First one, there was a good defensive charge, almost blocked. Paul Simbita averaging 6.4 yards on a punt return. Will get a high kick, waves the arm for a fair catch, and makes the fair catch at his own 31-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Crusaders at their own 31 for their 3rd possession. Official word is 36 yards as they'll spot the ball at the 32-yard line. We're almost 2 minutes into the second quarter. And on a 10-yard run by Paul Simbita, Muskegon Catholic owns a 7-0 lead. Simbita sets down a pro-set offense with 2 tight ends. He'll keep it off of right tackle, bounces off one tackler, and gets close to the first down. All depends where they spot it, but...
Well, Simbita with a great run here. He just follows Joe Coyne through the hole, and he becomes a tailback again. It's really tough on a defense when you have a quarterback that can run the ball. It's another area that they have to get ready for all week long. It's another threat. A lot of teams don't have a guy like that, and it's tough. Tough to defend.
Keith Messing made the hit. Now, officials the clock is stopped for a moment to allow Simbita to tie his shoes. Correct me if I'm wrong, David, but I think the last 2 plays, not only the touchdown play, but also this play, when they've been in a pro-set formation, the quarterbacks run the ball straight out.
You're absolutely right.
Now they're back into a full set. Full house backfield, 2nd down and 1. Handoff, Tommy Scott bounces off one tackler. He'll get the first down, and then he's run out of bounds by Chris Detkin, but not before he gets the first down past the 45-yard line.
Tommy Scott does a nice job. He breaks it outside very well. You can see him going up in there. He doesn't see anything, and he does a good job of this. He's done it on a couple of the other plays here. He breaks it outside and gets what he can. He still gains a few yards, even though he's running east and west a little bit. He's getting up there. He gets pushed for an extra yard.
A gain of 5 on the play to the 46. It'll be 1st and 10. They're trying to do something against the Pirates steel curtain, which has been already parted once for a touchdown. They being the Muskegon Catholic Crusaders. Full house backfield. Handoff goes to Jason Eichhorst, and Eichhorst off of right tackle. Gets it to the 49, a gain of 3, 2nd and 7. Making the hit for Harbor Beach is Jason Pfaff. You see the clock, that's time remaining, 2nd quarter. 2nd down and 7 for Muskegon Catholic on their own 49-yard line. Their first drive ended on an interception by Rob Winkle at the 5. The second drive resulted in a touchdown run of 10 yards by Paul Simbita. He will bark out signals. Handoff, Eichhorst bounces over one tackler, struggles his way for extra yardage, and will make it 3rd and close. It will be 3rd and 2 as he gets it to the 46, but the penalty marker is down, and the first penalty of the game will go against Muskegon Catholic.
They run a little motion there with a little fullback run. He does a good job running the ball, but they got the penalty. Different formation there. They really spread it out and ran a little motion.
Keith messing with the tackle, but that play will be brought back.
Often it's good to run the same plays from different formations. It's tough on a defense. You don't even have to change your offensive lingo. You can run the same play, but you just change the formation a little bit. It's very tough to defend.
A 10-yard penalty on the hold. Puts the ball back at the 39-yard line for Muskegon Catholic. Making it now 2nd down and 17. Now you can put it up in the air. They are showing a passing formation with 3 wideouts and 1 man in the backfield. They being the Crusaders. Paul Simbita will option right. He is tripped up from the backfield, stumbles his way maybe for a yard. Ryan Lukowski, 6 foot, 215-pound sophomore with the trip up.
And Simbita had a lot of room to run there. There was nobody to option.
So Simbita gains a yard. It'll be 3rd down and 16 from the 40-yard line. Simbita kind of catches breath. He's been a very busy young man and really going. 7.5 to go in the first half. 7-0 Muskegon Catholic. On 3rd down, Fullhouse backfield. Hand off Eichhorst. Eichhorst around right end. He gains maybe 4, but it's far short of a first down. And Simbita will have to stick around to do some punting. We'll put the ball at the 44-yard line. Gain of 4. Dropping back deep for Harbor Beach will be Ed Klump. During the season, he averaged 13.6 on punt returns. Simbita, who is a 29-4 punter, will drop it down. The ball will bounce, and Harbor Beach will let it go. Muskegon Catholic will down the ball at the 14-yard line. Decent punt by Simbita with a good roll.
Very good punt.
1st and 10 at the 14. That's where Muskegon Catholic will set up shop. Harbor Beach will set up shop. 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. Field position, we talked about it in high school football especially. It's so important, and so far it has made a big difference because Harbor Beach has not had good field position in their first 2 drives, and this 3rd one is not good field position either.
And it's tough to sustain a drive with this type of offense to go 85 yards for a touchdown.
Less than 6.5 to go in the first half. 1st and 10. Handoff goes to Rob Winkle. Winkle up the middle. Gets past the 20 to the 21-yard line.
Good play here. It's a little fake. He gives it to Winkle up the middle. Oh, no fake there. Yeah, he did fake. See, he faked me out the first time. I didn't know who had the ball. It was a very good fake. Rob Winkle made a nice run there.
Damon Armstrong hauls him down after the gain of 7, 2nd and 3 at the 21-yard line. Now a different formation. Hand off to Winkle, and Winkle will get the first down past the 25 to the 26.
I'll tell you, Brad Sepp is doing a wonderful job handling the ball. It's hard to tell who has the ball, Gary.
Yes, indeed. That's why I have to pause and wait for a minute. Robert Dozier with the stop. And one thing you got to like if you're a coach about Rob Winkle, the 5'10", 55-pound senior. Fundamentally, he runs sound because in the middle, running between the tackles, he'll hold the ball with 2 hands. You don't get much speed, but you get great protection of the ball. Straight out formation. Here's the handoff, goes to Keith Messing, and Messing maybe for 2 or 3 yards. And once again, Robert Dozier, the nose tackle, 6 foot, 240-pound senior, makes the stop.
Here's Messing on a little power play. Nice job by Dozier. He comes over and plays the position well. Moved his feet laterally and made the tackle.
Staying wherever the ball is. Keeping the ball in front of him. 2nd down and 7 from the 29-yard line. And back to throw goes Semp. Semp lofts a high one. It is intercepted by Simbita, but a penalty marker is down on the play at the 45.
Might have a pass interference here, I think, Gary.
Referee Donald Gibbs will call pass interference against Muskegon Catholic.
Semp with the play action. That's Brian Banker. Good job by Simbita. Played it well.
Mark Lewis was the guilty party. He says he was going for the football. But
of course he was.
And as the rules state, it is pass interference. It'll be marked from the line of scrimmage. A 15-yard penalty and a first down, 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. For Harbor Beach, a second first down, both on this drive, with 4:47 to go in the first half.
Those are tough calls. When that ball's up in the air, everybody's going for it, and there's going to be some contact.
What I think Harbor Beach would like to see from Brad Semp, if he's going to throw the ball, throw it a little bit more authority. Both of his balls have been mean balls.
Yes.
Early on. And off goes to Rob Winkle, who's been carrying the heavy load early on. Gets maybe a yard or two. Gets past the 45. They'll spot it at the 47. Gain of 3, and it's 2nd and 7. He ran for a touchdown in last week's 32-0 semifinal win over Gobles. 5 different TD runners for Harbor Beach in that victory. On 2nd down and 7, the handoff goes to Messing, and Keith Messing off of left guard. Looks to the 49. It's a gain of 2. It'll be 3rd down, and we'll call it 3rd and 5. Messing averages almost 6 yards per carry and has 9 touchdowns rushing this year.
Well, those Muskegon Catholic linebackers have to keep their eyes wide open. Brad Semp really handles the ball well. He's real deceptive with the football. He sticks it right in the belly of some of these guys and pulls it out and gives it to somebody else.
3rd down and 5 from the 49-yard line. Semp, option right, pitches it to Ed Klump. Klump pulls his way close to a first down, but the spot looks as if it's going to be short by a yard.
Well, Semp does a good job here. He makes the fake. Notice how he's running into the line of scrimmage, looking for somebody to option off of. Ed Klump, good run.
So it'll be 4th down and about a yard and a half with 2:55 to go in the first half. Harbor Beach will not send their punter, Rich Werney, out. Instead, they will try for it on 4th and 2.
I think he's stopping.
Ed Klump was the running back. Making the hit is Pat Jackson. The spot looks as if it's going to be short. Officials will stop the clock for a minute with 2:38 to go. They will bring the chains to make sure. But Brad Semp and the Harbor Beach Pirates don't look as if they've gotten the first down on this 4th down play.
Well, it's about 4th and 1.5, and it looks like he was just a little bit short.
Good play by Pat Jackson.
Yeah, he really stuck him in there.
Pat, one of 6 two-way starters. Stopped him about almost a yard shy. 6'4", 230-pound senior. Makes it 1st and 10 for Muskegon Catholic on their own 47-yard line. With 2:38 to go in the first half, Crusaders may want to try to put some more points on the board before intermission. But the way they've been running offensively, they need time. And they don't have that much time left with under 2.5 to go in the first half. Full house backfield. Zambita hands it off to Eichhorst. Up the middle, past midfield, into the arms of Rick Emmerich and his mates. And he stopped after a gain of 5 to the 48 of Harbor Beach. You see the clock running first half play. A 10-yard run by Paul Zambita. 5 seconds into the second quarter. His own conversion, 7-0 Muskegon Catholic. 2nd and 5 at the 48-yard line. Zambita keeps it, gets a first down and more. He's still in the open field to the 20, inside the 15. With 1:42 to go in the first half, Paul Zambita has put Muskegon Catholic in the scoring range at the 13-yard line. It is a gain of 35, and Muskegon Catholic will burn their first timeout.
Gary, this is a big-time run here. He fakes to his fullback and really picks his holes. Watch the spin move here. Unbelievable. He stayed on his feet. He's going for the goal line. Notice how he switches hands. He knows how to run with the football. He puts his head down. Big gain.
Keith messing with the stop. So the first time out by either team is taken by Muskegon Catholic with 1:42 to go in the first half. Huddling around head coach Mike Holmes, 35 wins in 46 games in 4 years at Muskegon Catholic. Meanwhile, Harbor Beach is coached by Jack Dillon. Jack in his 27th year, 155 wins, 81 losses, 4 ties. CMU man. Went to Carsonville High School. Man who lives in the Thumb, has been born, raised, and knows well the area of the Thumb where Harbor Beach is. Now, 1st and 10 at the 13. We're talking about, Dave, whether or not Muskegon Catholic would go for it, or score, or try to run out the clock. Obviously, that run by Simbita means they have a chance to put points on the board.
For it now. Harbor Beach's defense has to be tired. They've been on the field a long time.
1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. Simbita with a power left, and that's Scott in motion left. Simbita, straight bootleg. Gets a decent block from Scott. To the 5, dives inside the 5. He might have a first down. But a penalty marker is down where Scott made the block, and it'll be a penalty against Muskegon Catholic. Scott made a good block. It might have been too good.
Yeah, little clip there. I don't know if he's the man that clipped, but this guy really wants the goal line. You can see this determination on his face. Yeah, there's a clip there. And that's Eichhorst.
So the major penalty moves the ball back from the spot of the foul, the 10 to the 25-yard line. It'll be 1st down and 20. 1st down and 22 with 1:35 to go in the first half. Looking over the shoulders of the Harbor Beach defenders, they await the arrival of Paul Simbita and the Muskegon Catholic Crusader offense, which now sets themselves down 1st and 22 at the 25-yard line of Harbor Beach. Simbita rolls right. He looks to throw. Throws it complete. Scott out of bounds inside the 10. Tommy Scott has it at the 9. Gain of 16, it'll be 2nd down and 6.
Gary, what a great call here. Simbita looked like he was going to run the ball. He had it tucked under like he was going to run. He pulled up and found Tommy Scott downfield. It's great to come back with that play. They just ran the same play and had success with it. He looked like he was going to run it and unloaded it.
And Scott was wide open. Presence of mind to get out of bounds and stop the clock with 1:29 to go in the first half. 2nd and 6 from the 8-yard line of Harbor Beach. Muskegon Catholic with a 7-0 lead, trying to expand upon it. Full house backfield. This is Scott, hit behind the line of scrimmage and stopped. Tried to run left, and Brian Seaman, the 6'2", 185-pound senior, wanted nothing to do with it.
Well, Tommy tries to bounce it outside here, and there's just nowhere to go. Got good penetration by Harbor Beach.
Muskegon Catholic Central will call time with 1:13 to go in the first half. It'll be 3rd down, a loss of a yard to the 9. It'll be 3rd down and 6. Well, it was on the 9 before, so I stand corrected.
You know, Gary, it seems that Muskegon Catholic's dominating the game, but the score is only 7-0. And Harbor Beach is still in this ball game. There's a lot of time. I mean, it seems like the score should be higher than what it is. They've had the ball the whole half.
Harbor Beach would like to get a stop here. Force Muskegon Catholic to try a field goal, which they had. They're only 1 for 4 in field goal attempts this year. Chris Seastrom with the 1 this year for Muskegon Catholic. But if they can get out, or at least still able to take the lead with 2 scores, Harbor Beach feels they have accomplished something, despite the fact that Muskegon Catholic, as you mentioned, has controlled the line of scrimmage and controlled the game. 3rd down and 6 from the 9-yard line. Pro set, let's see. A pro set formation for Muskegon Catholic. Let's see if Sambita's going to carry it on the bootleg. He's done it before out of this formation.
There it goes.
Nothing there off of left tackle. He does gain 3, but it's short of a 1st down. Ryan Seaman with the hit.
There's that pro form. Zambita's going to fake the fullback dive and keep it again. That's the play. That's the same play that he had the big run on.
Rick Emmerich, the tackle, also with the stop. 4th down and 4 at the 7-yard. 4th down and a long 3 from inside the 7. With 41 seconds to go and the clock running in the 1st half. Harbor Beach side, the east side of the Silverdome up on their feet. Handoff goes to Brian Fedowa, and Fedowa will get the 1st down inside the 2. With 29 seconds, you see there, left in the 1st half. A big 1st down and a 4th down conversion.
Well, this time Zambita decides to give it to Fedowa, and he dives for what he can. He almost got in the end zone.
Muskegon Catholic will not use their last timeout right now with 23 seconds and running left, 1st half. 1st and goal at the 2. Pro set. Zambita will carry a touchdown from 2 yards out with 14 seconds left in the 1st half. A big score for the Crusaders. A 2-yard run by Paul Zambita.
There's Zambita again. He's going to fake to his fullback and get into the end zone. When you have your quarterback that can run the ball like that, that gives you an extra blocker. There's a tailback now that becomes a blocker that would be the man running the ball.
So Zambita changes his right shoe to try the extra point. Off of the hold of Jim Allor. Snaps down, kick is up, and the kick is no good. He pushed it right. Second mistake was made today outside of the interception. Zambita's PAT wide right with 14 seconds to go in the 1st half. The Crusaders of Muskegon Catholic trying to defend the Class C championship. Lead Harbor Beach 13-0. Again, 2 scores for Harbor Beach, and they can take the lead.
That's right, they're still in this ballgame. There's a lot of football to play. They just haven't had a chance to move the ball yet. They've been 3 plays and out.
For the one drive, they were stopped stopped at midfield, but they were able to move the ball. But they have not shown really a steady ability to stop the Crusaders when they've had the football. So Chris Seastrom will be handling the kickoff chores. Back deep for Harbor Beach on the kickoff. Ed Klump, who averages 21-6 for kickoff return, along with Keith Messing and Jeff O'Neill.
It'll be interesting to see if Harbor Beach sticks to their game plan in the 2nd half, if they come out running some different formations.
Seastrom will take a grounder. Then by run of the upbacks, that is Ryan Harwood. And Harwood gets it past the 40 to the 42-yard line with 10 seconds to go in the 1st half. We'll see if Harbor Beach will even try to run a play here with 10 seconds left. They'll let the clock run out. They're going to try to get to the line of scrimmage, but they're not going to make it. That's the end of the 1st half with the score. Muskegon Catholic 13 and Harbor Beach nothing. This is the Class C championship game from the Pontiac Silverdome.
The Harbor Beach Marching Pirates continue their musical salute to Broadway with selections from Leonard Bernstein's West Side Story. Under the direction of Field Commander Megan Clore, the Marching Pirates feature the drill designs of Connie Messing, keyboardist Jill Suda, and Lisa Boones, and trumpet soloist Bill Curry in the performance of Bernstein's Cool and Somewhere.
Horns up! 1, 2, 3, 4!
Me right here. Yeah. Please, 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 please. Yeah. Please, please. Yeah. Get out there. Oh, man.
Muskegon Catholic Central proudly presents the 1991 Crusader Marching Band. The marching band begins its performance this evening with the Catholic Central School song, Go MCC. The show continues with selections from the band's 1991 competition show. a salute to the spirit of Mr. Paul Simon. Arranged by MCC alumnus Ken Takeuchi, it's the band's percussion feature, Call Me Al.
Men are up. 1, 2, ready, play.
Next up, it's a tribute to the music of Simon and Garfunkel and the classic Bridge Over Troubled Water, featuring the color guard led by seniors Lin Young and Marla Walker.
are back.
Under the field direction of Krista Hansen, the band closes its show and invites you to join them in saluting the pride of Crusader country with the MCC fight song, Go Crusaders!
Robert Dozier, the 6', 240-pound senior, will do honors this time with the kickoff. Back deep for Harbor Beach is Ed Klump along with Keith Messing and Jeff O'Neill. So, Robert Dozier will kick this one off to start the second half of this Class C championship game here at the Silverdome.
Oh,
Pop-up
onside
pop-up kick. And it's taken by Todd Schelke. And Schelke doesn't really go much further than where he caught the ball, but they were trying to maybe catch Harbor Beach napping a little bit with a pooch kick, but Schelke had nothing to do with that.
Robert Dozier looks like he could kick it out of the stadium, and he went up there and tried to fool him and kick a little 10-yarder.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for Harbor Beach on their own 44-yard line. Good field position. If they don't score here, they'd like to be able to get the ball at least into Muskegon Catholic Central territory and force them deep. Wing T formation. Handoff goes to the deep back. That should be Rob Winkle. We'll check to see. No, it is not Rob Winkle. Instead, it is Keith Messing, the flanker. This is
like
past the 45, gain of 2.
Dozier brought him down on the play.
Keep him busy. Gain of 2, 2nd and 8. For the Harbor Beach Pirates on their own 46-yard line. Just underway, third quarter. 13-0 for Muskegon's Catholic Central on 2 touchdown runs in the second quarter by Paul Sambita. Pitch back, goes to Messing. Messing cuts back Harvey. That is that Klump, and Klump gets past midfield and gains it to the 48-yard line. It will be a gain of 6.
Well, here's Klump running the ball, and you see Brian Fedewa just over pursuits a little bit, and a good cutback.
3rd down and 2 from the 48-yard line of Muskegon Catholic. Semp hitting the backfield. He'll lose yardage at midfield. Faked the handoff, kept it on a bootleg left, and Pat Jackson.
Pat Jackson didn't buy the fake there. Little fullback fake here. He doesn't buy it. Well, he bought it for a minute. And then he goes and makes the play on Brad Semp. Showed some good quickness there. He actually could have tackled one guy and then went over and tackled the other guy.
Rich Werny in for his 3rd punt. Sambita doesn't think Werny's going to get much of a punt. He's standing just at his own 27. No pressure, and it's a pop-up type punt. Sambita puts the knee down as he catches the ball at the 20-yard line. 30-yard punt for Rich Werny. And it'll be 1st and 10 for Paul Sambita and the Muskegon Catholic Central offense. Well, can they move 80 yards? They've shown they're able to move the ball almost any distance right now with their running offense. Let's see what the Crusaders can do. Important series for the Pirates to try to, at best, get Muskegon Catholic to go 3 downs and punt. But can they? They haven't been able to do it so far. We played 5 minutes, 10 seconds in the third quarter. Crusaders with the ball on their own 20-yard line. Pro set formation. Let's see if Sambita will hold on to it. And instead to the first back through, that is Fedewa. And Fedewa gains maybe 2 yards up the middle.
They must have heard you up here, Gary. They changed their philosophy a little bit there.
We were talking earlier in the game as a player is hobbling for Harbor Beach. We were talking earlier about the pro set formation, how every time they ran the pro set formation, the Crusaders, that they invariably had the quarterback, Sambita, carry it on a bootleg.
Rick Emmerich looks as if he's hurt his ankle or his knee.
It'll be a tough loss if it is Rick Emmerich.
Hopefully it's not his knee.
6'2", 215-pound junior. He'll be assisted to the sidelines. He had been a pillar of strength on the defensive line, especially for Harbor Beach.
Looks to be his ankle, Gary. You hate to see a young guy hurt his knee.
Yes, you hate to see anybody get hurt, period. And especially in a championship game. Like to get him out of here, in and out without injuries. 2nd down and 10 from the 20 after no gain from Fedewa. Penalty marker flies, and this time it was Sambita and nothing doing. 4 white shirts. Stopped him Adam Werner, the 6'3", 210-pound junior who's taking Emmerich's spot on the line, made the tackle.
Looked like there was a little motion in the backfield there before the play. Let's see what happens.
Ryan Harwood with the first hit, and then Werner and the rest of his mates stopped them. We'll see if they'll take the play. Probably will. And that's exactly what it is. It's a loss of 1 to the 19, and the down box will be moved to 3rd down and 11 with 9:19 to go, 3rd quarter. 13-0. Muskegon Catholic Central leads Harbor Beach in the state Class C high school football championship game at the Pontiac Silverdome.
Harbor Beach would love to hold them here and get some good field position.
Sembita, 1 of 2 through the air, but that one reception by Tommy Scott, a big one to help set up the touchdown. They're down quickly. They want to make sure they get the play off in time. Sembita barking out signals, rolls to his right. Under some pressure from Harwood. He'll keep it, tuck it in, gets under a tackle attempt by Detkin. Gets it to the 25. It's a gain of 6, but he'll be 5 yards short of a first down. Bootleg right that time by Sembita, and he only gained 6.
Well, Tommy Scott goes in motion here, and Zembita's trying to get outside, which he does. Good blocking there. He got what he could, and he got out of bounds. He got pushed out of bounds.
Vito kept Harwood away, and so Sembita for a second punt of the game. Back deep is Ed Klump and Rob Winkle. Good punt by Sembita. Klump will let it bounce at the 45, and it stops at the 39. They'll be down there. 1st and 10. Once again, decent field position for Harbor Beach, but they got what they wanted. Not only decent field position, but they were able to stop Muskegon Catholic for the first time today without a first down on a possession. Let's see what Brad Semp and the Harbor Beach offense can do now on their second possession. They'll have the ball on their own 39-yard line. That's the time remaining, 3rd quarter. At 13 points, all courtesy of Paul Sembita. A 10-yard run and a 2-yard run. He also kicked an extra point. Back to throw goes Semp. Has time. Hit as he throws. It is complete. 1st and 10. At the 47-yard line of Harbor Beach. Making the reception is Rob Winkle.
Well, that's the first time we've seen Harbor Beach throw on 1st down. It hasn't been effective for them because they've been throwing on 3rd down. No play action here. Brad Semp dropping straight back. He does a nice job getting rid of the ball. Finding Rob Winkle, what a play.
Winkle stepping in front of Mark Lewis to make the reception. It's a gain of 13, 1st and 10. Here is Ed Klump trying to go outside on the right side, but nothing doing there. Making the hit is Jeremy Bowie for Muskegon Catholic Central, but a marker, I believe, is down. And it'll be a clip against Harbor Beach. Oh, that's not what they wanted there after the no gain on the run by Klump. On instructions from Coach Mike Holmes, defensive captain Paul Sembita tells referee Donald Gibbs to push him back 15 yards for the clip. So it moves the ball back from the 47-yard line of Harbor Beach to the 38-yard line of, 47-yard line of Muskegon Catholic to the 38-yard line of Harbor Beach. The Pirates have the ball with 8 minutes to go in the quarter.
Takes a lot of momentum out of the drive there.
Now it puts them back into a passing situation. 1st and 25 on the 38. Mixed up on the handoff.
Fumbled the ball.
Possibly. We'll see if the referees will call it a fumble. And if so, it was recovered.
I think they got the ball back, though.
Semp was the one who was on the bottom of the pile with the football. Loss of 2 on the botched handoff. 2nd down now and 27 at the 36-yard line.
Well, there's a lot of big bodies flying through a small area in there, and sometimes you're going to be running into each other. A little coagulation in there.
2nd down and 27 from the 36. Semp is down at the 30-yard line. He tried the play action with Rob Winkle.
That was Jason Eichhorst getting in there. Boy, what pursuit there.
Eichhorst was almost there when the ball was handed off. It's a loss back to the 31-yard line. Third down and 31.
Boy, they're pushing him back. Great defense.
Well, that clipping penalty on the first run after the first down really has put Harbor Beach on its heels in this possession. Wing T, tight formation. Semp back to throw. Rolls to his left. Looks, throws, deflected, incomplete. Putting a paw up is Mark Lewis. Fourth down.
Well, Semp's trying to throw the ball to Brian Seaman here. Takes a shot after the throw. Good defense. Good defense by Mark Lewis. A little pushing after the play there.
Zambito following up on the play. So it'll be fourth down, and Rich Werney will be back to do the punting. Dropping back deep. The only man back is Zambita. He stands at his own 36. Waiting for Werney's punt. High snap. Under some pressure, Werney's going to have to run with the ball, and he's going to be down, but a penalty marker flies at the 31-yard line. Werney gets the ball to the 39, which is a gain of 8, 40 yards actually, it'd be a gain of 9, but a penalty marker is down. And once again, it's a clip against Harbor Beach. It'll be refused because Muskegon Catholic Central will get the ball in good field position at the 40-yard line of Harbor Beach.
Well, he tries to punt the ball here, and he just didn't have time to do it. He had to tuck it in and become a running back. There's nowhere to go.
On every punt that Rich Werney has had to try to get away from Harbor Beach, Tom Perro, a 6-foot, 175-pound sophomore, has been in the backfield with him. Almost got the first punt. There he forced the punter to run and not to get the kick away. First and 10 for the Crusaders. 39-yard line is where they'll spot the ball on Harbor Beach territory. Keeper by quarterback Paul Zambita. Gets it to the 36-yard line. Gain of 3, second and 7. We're almost to the midway point here in the third quarter. 13-0. Harbor Beach with the lead. And they have, Muskegon Catholic with the lead. And they're in Harbor Beach territory at the 36-yard line. Second down and 7. Almost an I formation there with two tight ends. Scott to the right. Option right, kept. First down, Zambita inside the 30 to the 28. A gain of 8, and it's first and 10.
Zambita does a good job running the option here. He's looking for somebody to option. The defensive end stays outside with the pitch, and he tucks it in and gets the first down.
Todd Schelke had to beware of the option, and when Zambita saw Schelke, the 6'3", 190-pound senior for Harbor Beach, commit to the pitch man, Zambita cut it back inside. Gain of 8, first and 10 on the Harbor Beach 28-yard line. I formation this time with 2 wide receivers to the left. Handoff goes to Jason Eichhorst up the middle, inside the 25 to the 23, a gain of 5. And once again, Muskegon Catholic's front wall clearing some openings.
Gary, we might not see Muskegon Catholic throw another pass today, the way they're running the ball.
Chris Seastrom there is going to bring in a play from head coach Mike Holmes to his quarterback, Paul Zambita, who will now relay it to the rest of his teammates. 4:50 to go, third quarter, 13-0. Muskegon Catholic Central with the lead and the football on the Harbor Beach 23, second and 5. Same formation as last play, penalty marker is down. Zambita wants to throw, under some pressure, and he's going to be down. Ryan Seaman with the sack. Back at the 28, so loss of 5, but the marker is down on the play.
I think we may have had some premature movement out here by his wide receiver. Zambita's looking left. He's got 2 men to his left. Tries to get back right and make something happen, but he's sacked.
That time, Brian Seaman fought off a block attempt by Robert Dozier to get the sack. 4:30 to go in the third quarter in this Class C championship game here at the Pontiac Silverdome. The officials are talking with Harbor Beach. Referee Donald Gibbs and his crew. They're discussing the options with Keith Messing, one of the tri-captains for Harbor Beach. Illegal motion against Muskegon Catholic Central will be declined. They'll keep the down box going. 3rd down and 10 back at the 28-yard line after the sack of 5 yards on Sembita.
Oh, you've got to decline the penalty there. Moving back.
Moving back, keep the down box going, and conserve time. Down by 13 is Harbor Beach. Let's see what Muskegon Catholic does. Now they split out into an I formation with 2 wideouts. Draw. Goes to Mark Lewis. Lewis to the 20. Tries to fight his way for a first down, but will not do so thanks to Keith Messing.
That was a nifty little play there. They changed their formation from a tight and went into an I formation. Lewis with a nice run. Just short of the first down.
The man who first got to him was Dave Rubel.
Keith Messing came in there and did a nice job too on defense.
4th down and about a yard plus. And Mike Holmes will go for it with a pro set formation. 1 wideout to the right. Sembita dives off right tackle. Where they spot it will determine if it's a first down. They didn't make it. Sembita gains 1 yard to the 19. They needed to get a little further. And it's a hold on downs by Harbor Beach.
Well, Sembita does the same play. Fakes to his fullback and takes it up there. Jason Pfaff is going to have no part of it. Good play. Takes him out by the legs.
And then on top, Ryan Lakowski, the 6', 215-pound sophomore, secured the hit. But it's 1st and 10 for Harbor Beach on their own 19-yard line with 3:11 to go in the third quarter. Handoff goes to Ed Klump up the middle, maybe a yard, that's about it. Sembita, not pleased with not making the first down, takes out his frustration by stopping Klump. Harbor Beach needs to air out the offense, perhaps.
Harbor Beach maybe needs to run a little play action on first down. They haven't done that yet. They've thrown 1 pass on first down. That was a straight drop back.
And they got a nice gain out of it for a first down. On 2nd down, pitch back goes to Klump. Klump off right end, gets to the 22 before number 22. Mark Lewis makes the hit.
Sembita was in there too. What a tackle. Here's the pitch out. Watch Sembita come through here and make this tackle. Boom, right there. Great tackle.
And good eyes by my friend Dave Urema, because I saw the top man, Lewis, securing the hit, but he saw the bottom man, and the man who made the hit, Paul Sembita, who's played well on both ends of the field for Muskegon Catholic. 3rd down and 7 from the 22-yard line. Semp back to throw. Rolls to his right under some pressure. Looks, throws complete. But it will not be for a first down. Rob Winkle knocked out by Jeremy Bowie. A gain of 3 to the 26, 4th down and 3.
Wow, a little play action here. Semp gets it to Winkle, but Bowie plays it nicely. Nice tackle, takes out his legs.
1:52 to go in the third quarter. Rich Rearney. Let's see if Tom Perro will say hello to him this time. They double team Perro, and Rearney gets off a punt off the side of his foot, takes a bounce, nose out of bounds at the 34-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Crusaders at their own 34, maybe 35-yard line, but now time. That's the time remaining in the third quarter. Muskegon Catholic Central enjoying a 13-0 lead, scoring all their points in the second quarter. The first play of the second quarter, 5 seconds into it, Paul Sembita, a 10-yard run around right end. Then with just 14 seconds to go in the second quarter, Sembita from 2 yards out. He missed the extra point on the second try, and that's where our score is now. First and 10, 35-yard line. Muskegon Catholic Central has the ball in their own territory. Handoff goes to Jason Eichhorst. Eichhorst past the 40 to the 42. It's a gain of 7. It'll be second down and 3.
Well, Eichhorst has been good for 5 yards a crack at least on first down. They like to give the ball to him on first down.
Jason Eichhorst this season, coming into the game, rushed for 904 yards. He's their leading rusher. But here's the real kicker. He is averaging 7.2 yards per carry. With that front wall, I'm not surprised, but still, 7.2 is pretty good. Second and 3. Almost got his average right there on that run. Tommy Scott tried to go around his own blocker. But gumming up the play is Brian Seaman, who fought off the block of Brian Fridoa and slowed up Scott for maybe a yard gain. Third down, and we'll call it a long 2 at the 43-yard line. Time remaining third quarter there. Third and 2 at the 43. For 33, Paul Sembita and the Muskegon Catholic offense. Sembita carries it this time. First down past the 45-yard line. Todd Buchholz gets an extra 2-yard ride from Sembita, who gains 4 on the play and gets a first down.
Well, this has been Muskegon Catholic's favorite play today. Faking it to Tommy Scott, diving through, and Sembita keeps it.
Ryan Harwood tried to stop him with one hand. You just don't do that. Sembita, I don't think we'll try to get another play off. We got 10 seconds left in the quarter. And that will be the end of the third quarter. So, Harbor Beach has proven they can stop Muskegon Catholic, but they have not done anything yet to cut into a 13-0 deficit. Through 3 quarters, it's Muskegon Catholic 13 and Harbor Beach nothing. This is the state Class C championship game at the Pontiac Silverdome. As we look at this game, Dave Urema, through 36 minutes, the key factor, besides the play bullpen of Paul Sembita, has to be the play of the offensive line for the Muskegon Catholic Central. With Keith Bavard in the middle, 6 foot, 185-pound senior. Robert Dozier, 6 foot, 240-pound senior at right guard. Bobby Tilden, a 5'10", 180-pound sophomore at left guard. Pat Jackson, a 6'4", 230-pound senior at right tackle. And Brian DeLong, a 6'2", 210-pound senior at left tackle. They have just been dominating the offensive line of scrimmage this game.
They really have. They've been very quick off the ball. They're keeping Central on the field. And it's tough. It's tough for Harbor Beach when they're getting blown off the ball like that.
Full house backfield on first and 10 from their own 47. Handoff Tommy Scott. Cuts back inside into Harbor Beach territory and carries the ball to the 47-yard line. It's a gain of 6, and it's second down and 4. Tommy Scott averaging 4.5 yards per carry coming into the game with 9 rushing touchdowns. Second down and 4 at the 47-yard line of Harbor Beach. Muskegon Catholic with a 13-0 lead just underway, fourth quarter. Paul Sembita hands it off to Brian Fridoa. Fridoa has a first down on the outside. Tries to get around one tackler. And throwing him up and stopping him is Keith Messing. But not before. He carries the ball from the 47 to the 22. It's a 25-yard gain. First and 10.
Well, Fridoa gets outside here, and they have the defense walled off. There's a lot of room to run out here. Keith Messing has good pursuit, and he makes the tackle.
Messing basically just kept his eye right on the numbers and would not allow Fedua to fake him out. 1st and 10, 22-yard line of Harbor Beach. Muskegon Catholic with a 13-0 lead and the football. I formation. Handoff Scott, quick hitter up over left guard Bobby Tilden's block. Inside the 20 to the 18 is a gain of 4 and 2nd and 6.
Boy, Tommy Scott is quick off the ball. He almost looks like he's offsides. He's not, but he's the first guy off the ball every time.
2nd down and 6 for that team. On the 18-yard line of Harbor Beach. With Sembita setting down the offense. It is now a pro set. 2 wideouts to the left. Handoff to Fedua. Fedua around left end. Breaks one tackle. Has a 1st down inside the 15-yard line. They'll spot it at the 12. Let's see if they move the spot back. Looked as if he might have had the 1st down at first look.
Once again, here's Fedua getting outside. Damon Armstrong's out there as wide receiver making a block up top if he can get there. But number 18, Chris Detchen, comes and makes a tackle.
Ryan Harwood secures the stop, and they'll have to bring the chains over. It's stretched, and it is a 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 12, at I would probably say the 11-yard line.
Sign of a good football team when you get wide receivers out there blocking. Those guys usually, they want to catch the football, they want to score touchdowns, but these guys are helping each other out. They want to win the state championship again, I think, Gary.
Once you get a taste of it, you don't want to give up that taste. Ball on the 12, 1st and 10 for Muskegon Catholic on the Harbor Beach 12. 2 wideouts this time to the right. Scott and Armstrong. This is the quarterback, Sembita. 12-yard touchdown run, his 3rd TD run of the game. And it is now 19-0 for Muskegon Catholic.
Muskegon ran a twin right. Sembita gets outside. Damon Armstrong throwing another block. Wide receiver, there it is. Good blocking by the wide receivers. Enables him to get in for the touchdown.
But a penalty marker is down on the play. A penalty marker is down on the play. So hold everything right here, folks. It'll be marched off against Muskegon Catholic Central. And they're going to say, according to referee Donald Gibbs, illegal motion, and the flashing 4-4 means that Brian Fedua was the guilty party. It wipes out a 12-yard touchdown run from Paul Sembita, makes it 1st and 15 at the 17. Might be the break of the game Harbor Beach needed, because without it, they were in big trouble. 1st and 15 at the 17-yard line. Sembita. Bootleg right, pitches it back. Jason Eichhorst gets around 2 tacklers, gets it inside the 5. Jason Eichhorst gets a nice solid run of about 13 yards.
Sembita's looking for someone to option here. There's no defensive end to option. So he's going to go out there and look for somebody else. It ends up being the free safety coming up. Jason Eichhorst makes a nice fake there and gets some extra yardage. Good run.
Keith Messing missed the tackle there. And finally, Todd Buckhold secured it. Ball on the 4, 2nd and 2 at the Harbor Beach 4. A gain of 13 on the run by Eichhorst. Eichhorst again bowls his way to the 1. 1st and goal just outside the goal line. Jason Eichhorst is saying, I'm trying, Coach, I'm trying to get into the end zone with 8:56 to go in regulation. About a foot away. 1st and goal. Mr. Sembita, Mr. Urema?
I think so. Yeah, I do think so. Might be Fedua, though.
Full house backfield. Scott Pedrosi in the backfield.
Oh, nice play.
They tried Jason Eichhorst, and Eichhorst could not get in.
Great pursuit by Keith Messing.
Second and goal from the 1. Eichhorst will take a rest here. In comes Tommy Scott to join Fidoa and Fedrosi in the backfield behind Paul Sembita. 2 tight ends, which is the usual offense for the Crusaders. Bobble snap, but did Sembita get in? No. He got the bobbled snap, moved forward, and got it back to the original line of scrimmage, which was the 1-foot line. 3rd and goal. .7:38 to go in regulation. Sembita telling his blockers, get into the end zone. Let's put it in right now. See if they can. Let's see if Harbor Beach can stop them. 3rd and goal at the 1. Sembita with a full house backfield will run it in himself from the 1-yard line. Behind the blocking of his center, Keith Mubarak, and his right guard, Robert Dozier. A 1-yard run for Paul Sembita. This one will count his 3rd touchdown run of the game. And with 7:12 to go in regulation, we can definitely say it is Muskegon Catholic 19 and Harbor Beach nothing.
Well, here's Sembita just taking the quarterback sneak, following Keith Borovic right through the middle. Borovic's playing a great game today. I'll tell you, he's really moving people out up front.
Holding is Jim Elor.
Oh, a little
They
fake.
try a pitch fake on the what will be a 2-point try, but nothing doing there.
Florida State play there.
Yeah, but Harbor Beach wanted nothing doing with that, so the extra point attempt is missed. And with 7:12 to go in regulation, it is 19-0 in favor of Muskegon Catholic Central. Jubilation on the Muskegon Catholic Central side. Pretty evident. Robert Dozier will do the kickoff chores once again for the Crusaders. Back deep is Jeff O'Neill. He'll be in the middle this time. Keith Messing is to his right and Clump to his left. Harbor Beach needs a break or two. They're down by 3 scores, 19-0. Punch kickoff through the hands of Harwood. He picks it up at his 25 and gets it to about the 26-yard line before you stop there.
Jeremy Bowie. Nice tackle.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for Harbor Beach on their own 27-yard line. And Brad Semp and the Pirates will have to score quickly. Take a look at Harwood.
There's Harwood. Fielding the ball here. Let's see. Get upfield. Getting what he can, and he's knocked down.
The punch kickoff has become the new weapon in kickoff instead of the long booming ones. Nothing doing for Rob Winkle. Making the hit is Keith Bavarik. We're talking about him as center. That time at defensive end, he stopped Winkle. There'll be a loss of 4 on the play, back to the 23, 2nd and 14.
Well, here's a fake. He gives it to Rob Winkle, and Borovic, great tackle. Textbook tackle. He put his shoulder pads in there and drove right through him.
2nd down and 14 with almost 6 minutes to go in regulation. Harbor Beach with the ball and they're down 19-0. Semp rolls out to his right, under some pressure, looks, throws, complete to the 39-yard line. He finds tight end Brian Banker. We'll see when they spot it. It might be close to a measurement.
Well, here's Semp rolling to his left and throwing back to his right. It's tough to do. He takes a good shot right when he throws it, but he finds Brian Banker. looks like he might be just short of the first down. It's going to be close.
Robert Dozier with the pressure on the quarterback. Jeremy Bowie with the hit on Banker, a 6'4", 180-pound senior. 6 inches, says the referee. Third down and short. Just outside the 36. And we have played exactly half of this fourth quarter. 6 minutes gone, 6 minutes to go. 19-0. Paul Sambita and the Muskegon Catholic Central Crusaders lead. Sambita with all 3 touchdowns and an extra point. Take a look at Jack Dillon. His first trip to the Silverdome. His third playoff team. 3rd and inches. Hand off to Klump. Hit in the backfield, moves forward, should have the first down. Klump's second effort will get him a first down. To the 38-yard line. The time is an ally of Muskegon Catholic Central.
A lot of penetration in there, but Klump finds a way. He finds a hole. He keeps his feet moving and gets the first down.
Harbor Beach. First and 10. Pitch back. Goes to Klump. Klump. Hit in the backfield by Paul Sambita. He lost a yard to the 37. Klump tried to run around left end. Sambita had nothing doing.
Well, Klump tried to get it around the end there. What a block by Rob Winkle there. Watch this block. Boom.
Problem was he got the wrong guy to block. 5 minutes to go in regulation. Muskegon Catholic Central leading 19-0. Hope it's 5 minutes before their second straight Class C championship and their 5th state crown. Back to throw goes Semp. Has time, looks, throws complete. Keith Messing, but he was hit immediately by Jeremy Bowie. It's a gain of 5 to the 43-yard line. 3rd down and about 4.5.
Another good throw by Semp. Straight drop back. He steps through and delivers a shot. Keith Messing. Good throw and catch.
I stand corrected. It's 4:25 to go in regulation. Muskegon Catholic Central going for their 4th state title, their 2nd in Class C. Semp. Fakes all sorts of handoff. Whistle blows. Some of the frustration is coming out. The play loses a yard. Rob Winkle in the middle of that. 4th down and 5.5.
Zambita and Fidowa did a little pinball act with Winkle there. Kind of bounced him around. They thought he had the ball. There's some good faking going on in there. It's hard to see who has the ball. Semp is really deceptive with the ball.
4th down and 5. Semp, Blackout on a play action, sees the blitz, and he may have had his hand hit as he thrown his arm hit. He was trying to go either for Ed Klump or Todd Schelke, and found neither. And so Harbor Beach is held on downs. Muskegon Catholic Central at the ball. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line of the Pirates, and 3:28 to go in this one.
Tried to get it out to Todd Schelke there on a little flanker screen, but he just couldn't get it out there. Too much pressure on him.
First and 10 for the Crusaders on the 42-yard line. Paul Sambita sets down the offense, I formation, pitch back Tommy Scott. Scott cuts back inside, 35-yard line down to the 33. Both teams have all their timeouts remaining. Scott gains 9 to the 33, 2nd and 1.
Well, here's Tommy Scott getting the pitch. Good blocking by Fidowa. Tommy Scott, just a junior, very explosive runner.
Detkin and Winkle with the hit for Harbor Beach. It'll be 2nd down and 1 at the 33-yard line. Again, an I formation. Pitch this time to Eichhorst. Eichhorst has a first down to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, to the 5. Give him a touchdown. From 33 yards out, Jason Eichhorst, his 14th touchdown of the season. it is now 25-0 Muskegon Catholic Central.
Well, in the end zone there, Jason was saying, thanks a lot, Brian. Thanks a lot for throwing that block for me, because watch this block coming up right here. He springs him into the end zone. Right there, good block. You couldn't see it, it was just off the screen. Nice run, touchdown.
That is Paul Sambita trying to get the food on in time. I don't think he got, well, he did eventually. Not particularly great, but he gets the kick up, and the kick is good. So with 2:46 to go, Muskegon Catholic Central has scored twice in the fourth quarter to take a 26-0 lead. Fans from, let's take a look at that run by Eichhorst.
Good running here by Eichhorst. He looks like he just wants that end zone. You can see it. He's running, he's throwing his body forward, he's going for it. Good blocking up front. He's not going to be denied that touchdown.
33-yard run by Jason Eichhorst. Paul Sambita with 3 touchdown runs of his own and 2 extra points has accounted for 20 of the 26 points the Crusaders have. Now, the rotating kickoff chores, this time TJ Springston. A 5'10", 160-pound sophomore will do the kicking off. Left footer, squibs it. Ryan Harwood has handled all the kickoffs today. 35-yard line, 37-yard line, before he is stopped with 2:39 to go. Harwood's handled all the kickoffs because all of them have been squibs.
They've been kicking them right to Ryan all day long. Here's Ryan, he's saying, what are you guys kicking to me for? I don't usually get the ball here, I'm a blocker. He's getting a chance to run the ball.
Paul on the 37, Harwood the backup fullback. Jack Dillon sticking to his game plan even though his team is down 26-0. With 2:25 to go. Pro set formation. Semp hands it to the first back through. That is Kenneth Messing. And Muskegon Catholic Central will get their entire second team defense in. Mike Holmes wants to give the first teamers a cheer as they come off the field with 2 minutes to go in regulation. Second down and 7 from the 40-yard line.
MCC they're chanting.
Crusaders under 2 minutes away from a second straight Class C championship. Here comes Winkle. Winkle around right end, and he's out for a loss down at the 37-yard line.
Give me the people that have to play.
Jim Allor, along with a few of his mates. And now they bring in some third-teamers as well. Give everybody a chance to at least be on the field during the championship game for Muskegon Catholic Central. You take a look at Paul Sambita. 3 touchdown runs, triggered the offense today. A key factor in the victory, what looks to be a victory for the Crusaders. They're a minute away. 3rd down and 10 from the 36. Handoff. Goes to the fullback, Ryan Harwood, and he gets nowhere. 4th down and under a minute to play. They'll spot the ball at the 38-yard line. 4th down, and we'll call it 9.
Well, Gary, when you think of all the teams that started out in Class C this year, Harbor Beach has had a good season as well, and it's a great accomplishment just to be in this game today. They faced a great Muskegon Catholic Central team, though. These guys came to play.
And back to throw goes Semp. Semp lofts it up, complete! to Brian Seaman in Muskegon Catholic Central territory at the 35-yard line with 18 seconds left.
What a nice play here. Semp with a little play action, drops back and lays it out there perfect. Seaman gets behind the defenders and makes the grab. Good catch. Big end there.
And with 18 seconds to go, Arbor Beach will call its first timeout. Down at the 37-yard line.
Give me the people that have to play.
Jim Alloy, along with a few of his mates. And now nothing to be ashamed about. 10-2, their two losses coming to Detroit Country Day and to Elkin Mitchell at April. Back to throw goes Semp. Looks, has the ball knocked out of his hand. It's recovered by Nate Searlack. Nate Searlack will run it all the way. 55-yard touchdown with 4 seconds left. Nate Searlack, a 6'2", 170-pound senior, scooped up the fumble and rambled probably 55 yards.
Nate Searlack, what a play here. Brad Semp goes to throw the ball. It's fumbled. Searlack picks it up. Perfect. Bounces right to him. He's going to go all the way. What a great way to end your career. They'll remember that forever.
Only the 5th fumble recovery of the season. Pardon me, the 15th fumble recovery of the season for Muskegon Catholic Central. We're double checking on that. Yes, the 15th fumble recovery, and Nate Searlack's in the end zone. A 56-yard return. With, they say, 2 seconds left on the clock. But I think a couple seconds ran off after the score.
take a look at the clock there.
I'll tell you, Gary, this Muskegon Catholic Central team would be hard to beat in any league. A, B, C, D, any. They're a tough football team.
$32-0 for Muskegon Catholic Central. Let's see who handles the extra point chores. It'll be Brian Schmidt who's in there now. But it will be at quarterback for Muskegon Catholic Central is Jim Allure. Trying for the 2. Allure runs right, cuts back inside, 2 points! Jim Allure, a 5'9", 150-pound senior, scores the 2-point conversion, making it 34-0.
Oh, that's nice to see. See the guy come in and do that. Jim Allure with the touchdown. Good blocking by Tom Farrell. Tom threw a nice block for him.
And Jim Allure, for scoring the 2-point conversion, wins the Muskegon Catholic Central lottery. He will handle the next kickoff. But it's a lot of celebration for Muskegon Catholic Central. Harbor Beach. Stout game. Dave, when your defense is on the field so long, it's bound to break down. The last touchdown, of course, off the turnover, but still, Muskegon Catholic Central proved on this day they were the better team.
Wow, they just wore them down. I mean, Harbor Beach was on the field so long. Their defense played well. They played well, and they just wound them down.
TJ Springstead instead will handle the kickoff chores instead of Allure. And this should end the game. 2 seconds left. Springstead, squib kick. It's touched and taken there by Messing. Messing around 2 tacklers. He's on his feet down at the 8-yard line. And the game is over. Muskegon Catholic Central has successfully defended its state Class C championship with a 34-0 win over Harbor Beach. Paul Sembita will show the last touchdown as Nate Searlack gets into the end zone on the fumble recovery.
Well, here's Semp with the fumble.
Searlack had nothing but open field in front of him.
Oh, he's enjoying that. He'll remember that the rest of his life, Gary. He's a senior. That's great.
Reserve tight end and defensive end. He's in the end zone and ran like it light out there for the touchdown. Nate Simbita with 3 touchdown runs. Jason Eichhorst, a 4th quarter TD run of 56 yards, and that score by Nate Searlack, a 56-yard fumble recovery touchdown. A 2-point conversion run by Jim Allure and 2 extra points by Paul Simbita. Account for the 34-0 shutout win by Muskegon Catholic Central over Harbor Beach. Hands the runner-up trophy to the veteran coach at Harbor Beach. 10-3, the school's best record. And Jack Dillon shows the trophy to his supporters. Now for Muskegon Catholic Central, and Mike Holmes in only his 4th year has won 36 of 47 games in guiding the Crusaders. And for the second time for the second year in a row, will receive the championship trophy as champions of Class C in the Michigan High School Athletic Association football tournament. The players mill around their coach with their helmets held high. They are a worthy champion, certainly in this game.
Oh, they played great football today. They weren't to be denied. You could tell they play together as a team all year long. Their second and third team players got a chance to get into the games, and that makes a big difference when that can happen. You come together as a team, and everybody wins the championship.
Muskegon Catholic Central, the Class C champions, they defeat Harbor Beach 34-0. Thanks to John Johnson, Jack Roberts, all the people of the MHSAA, and the people of both Harbor Beach and Muskegon Catholic Central for their help. And thanks to Dave Raymond, the former Michigan State quarterback, for his help as well. I'm Gary Ratsky. Thank you for joining us in the State Class C championship game.
Go!